Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Now that the jazz band has stopped, they said get up on stage there, Matt. So I first want to recognize our jazz quartet for coming in tonight and giving us some pre-event music. Thank you, guys. I'd like to welcome you all here to the 2024 SMCC Foundation Light on the Point event. For those of you that I have not met, my name is Matt Richards. I'm the Associate Dean of Students, I'm the Associate Dean of Athletics and Alumni Affairs. I've had a couple different job titles, and it's been a long day, so I apologize for that. We are here tonight to celebrate the college's successes, and we have some wonderful achievements to recognize, and we're also here for a very special recognition of a wonderful program. Tonight's event not only recognizes outstanding achievement, but it raises really some necessary funds for our Advocacy Resource Center, and we're going to learn more about that with one of our awards. But it's a resource that is provided by the college for our most vulnerable students, who oftentimes hit roadblocks into their pathways to continue to graduate and then join the workforce. And the Advocacy Resource Center, or the ARC as we call it, provides those necessary steps and those necessary funds to eliminate those barriers for our students to then continue on, finish their degrees, and prosper in the workforce, which obviously helps our main economy. So we're going to get started here. I'd like to make a couple welcomes first to our award winners that we're going to hear so much about here in a little bit. We do have some past award winners here. If those folks could just show a hand here. And there's Andrew. Where's Rob? There they are. And Heather, where are you? I see Heather in the back. So nice to have you guys back. And really special for me is our retirees. And I just want to say to all of you that are here tonight, welcome home. It was really special when I was asked to help run this event, and I really wanted to make it a place where we recognized all of your service and provided an opportunity for you to come back to campus. And some of you were here when I first got started, and so it's really nice to see you again. So again, welcome home. For those that aren't here in attendance, we are streaming our event tonight. Folks can see it on YouTube and our Blue Frame Technology streaming channel. Our friend here, Jeff Schools, who's in the back there, makes that all happen. So this will be recorded tonight and will be played back through that service. I'd also like to give some special thanks. One to our culinary students and our Joseph Van Wy hospitality and management students. You folks are amazing. We've got Maureen LaSalle from that department here, Tony Poulin from that department as well, here helping the students out, so thank you very much. I'd also like to thank Robbie Hebert. He's the big tall guy that's now walking into the kitchen. Robbie, where are you going? Robbie in the back. Robbie Hebert's our dining manager. From Sodexo dining staff, gives us the space and does a great job, and so thank you very much. As I had mentioned, tonight is also a fundraiser with funds from our foundation going directly to the ARC. You have on your table some lovely little QR codes, and there's a silent auction tonight, and all the proceeds from that go, again, to that fund. There are some really cool stuff on there. I will tell you, I heard a rumor mill, and I don't know if this is true, but President Dagler, listen, don't kill the messenger, but I was just told that you might need to give a dinner to President Miller, or you owed a dinner to President Miller. Is there any truth to that? Or was I set up to really get in trouble by you later? Well, either way, sir, there's really some really cool gift cards to some really nice restaurants. Just saying, you could kill two birds with one stone. I can also tell you that there is some great rounds of golf, there is some great vacations, there's some artwork. Again, all the proceeds go to the ARC. So again, just with your phone, hit that QR code, start bidding away, and good luck. The bidding will stay open until Monday at noon. And Ethan Wells, we are bidding right up until noon, correct? You and I? Absolutely. All right, good. Okay, I'd like to introduce to the stage Dr. Kristen Miller, President of SMCC, for a welcoming remarks.
Okay, so in all fairness, President Dagler was supposed to join me and a few other members of our board at a dinner, and he called and asked permission to not attend, and he had a very, very valid reason why. So I granted him permission, but he did say that he owed me a dinner. I love Italian, and there's a really great gift card in the silent auction for Italian, so just throwing that out there. Thank you, everybody, for being here at our A Light on the Point event. We're thrilled to have you with us tonight to celebrate and support the Advocacy Resource Center, which we fondly refer to as the ARC. It is a vital lifeline for our students. The ARC plays a critical role in connecting students with resources that are essential to their success here at SMCC. Tonight's event wouldn't be possible without the incredible support of our sponsors, our donors, and each of you that are here this evening. Thank you to everyone who has invested in the SMCC Foundation and in the future of our students. Your generosity helps us to continue our mission and make a lasting impact on the lives of those that walk through our doors. Tonight, we're also here to celebrate a remarkable group of individuals and awardees who have made and will continue to make a profound impact and difference in our communities and in the lives of our students. Each of these individuals embodies the spirit of service, dedication, and excellence, and we are so proud to honor their achievements. Their work not only enriches our college, but also strengthens the fabric of our community, inspiring future generations to follow in their footsteps. Let's give a heartfelt round of applause to tonight's honorees. Thank you for all you do. And before we continue, I'd like to take a moment to extend my deepest gratitude to the Light on the Point committee members, SMCC faculty and staff, and our foundation board members. Your tremendous support and dedication have been instrumental in making this evening possible, and your commitment to our mission shines through in every detail this evening. Of course, I want to thank an incredible group of individuals, and it's the reason why we're here tonight. I'm going to ask all students who are here to put down what they are doing and come up to the front of the stage, please. My friends, this is the reason why we are here tonight. You are the reason we are here. Your resilience, your passion, your determination to pursue your goals inspire all of us daily. Tonight is a celebration of not just what we've accomplished, but of the incredible potential of each and every one of you. Thank you for being the heart of SMCC and for allowing us to be a part of your journey. Please enjoy the evening and have a blast.
Thank you, Kristen. I'd also like to call up to say a few words, and Kristen mentioned our foundation board, who do a lot of behind-the-scene work in support of the college and our students, and our chair, Jane Eberly. Jane, where are you? Right here.
Thank you very much. So Matt said I couldn't give a speech, right? And oh, I can see from the crowd that a lot of people are thanking you for that right now. What I do want to say to you is this. In the 45 years I've lived in South Portland, I have loved connecting the college and people in the community. Every time you make a connection like that, that's community. And every time you do that, and there's a connection between people in the neighborhood, in the city, in the business community, and people down here on the campus, everybody learns something. So that's the college part. This is truly community college at its best. And I look around this room, and every single person standing here, I know, has made a connection, including the foundation board. If they could please, I guess a lot of people are standing already, but if the foundation board could raise your hands, please. So, as you continue to mingle and make more connections, please feel free to come to talk to any of us on the foundation board for ways that you could be even further engaged than you already are. The last thing I want to say, and some of you have heard this before, but people come down to this campus because of its amazing natural beauty. It is one of the, if not the most beautiful campuses in the world. Definitely, it's at the top. But what's the most beautiful thing about it is not what's outside these windows, it's what's inside the classrooms. It's the students that President Miller just introduced to you who are learning and doing. And it's, as President Miller said, why we're all here. And I thank you so much for joining us. Good night.
Thank you, Jane. Before we begin with our presentation of awards, I do want to take a moment just to kind of thank some of our event sponsors who have made tonight possible and will make it possible for us to make that donation to the ARC and really help our most needed students. First, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, which is the Foundation for Maine's Community College, and Dr. Fitzsimmons. I haven't got to say hi to you yet today, sir, so good to see you, my friend. And Dr. Fitzsimmons and his staff were really gracious in assisting me with this event, and truly appreciate your support, so thank you, sir. I'd also like to recognize our President Circle sponsors, Signal Security staff, who do a great job on our campus, our Willard Beach sponsors, Texas Instruments, Emory Leadership Group, Northern Light Mercy Hospital, Michael and Katie Valancourt, the South Portland and Cape Elizabeth Community Chamber, DSI Door Services, Great Falls Construction, and Mr. David Pratt in honor of the Old Guard. Also like to thank our Fort Road sponsors, Tech Ed Products, Lori Andrews Design, One Stop Party Shop, General Linen, Pape Chevrolet, Mary and Kate Madden, and Jane Eberly. And finally, our friends of the Seawolves, Judith Borelli, Matheson Gass, Leslie Bartow, Jim Witten, Vice President Emeritus William Warren, Chuck Lloyd, Paul Charpentier, John Lemieux, Ruth Morrison, Kristen Miller, and Dan Coyne. Thank you all for your support. Last thanks on my part are two entities. First, our Marketing and Communications Department, Amy Mullen and Jeff Schools, and then our friends at Northeast Design. They do such a good job of promoting this and dressing this up that even I look like I know what I'm doing. So I appreciate you guys very, very much. Last plug. I'd love to see those phones out. I'd love to see some activity. Let's get some auction bidding going, huh? There you go, President Dagler. Look at that, on command. Nice work, sir. I'll probably have a message tomorrow in my office from President Dagler. Okay, enough there, young guy up there. Okay, now it's time for part of the reason that we're here is to recognize outstanding achievement and successes here at the college. And in doing so, our first award winner tonight is our Outstanding Alumnus of the Year. And this individual had an interesting arrival here at the college and has created a wonderful product that we're going to hear about. And his contributions as an alumnus is outstanding.
Like many students, Chris Cohen first came to SMCC looking for a new career pathway. With some real-world experience in manufacturing and supply chain processes, Chris explored classes within SMCC's precision machining and manufacturing and composite science and manufacturing programs. SMCC was the catalyst for his new path. After exploring product design, he spent 4 years prototyping and eventually released Launchpad, a revolutionary piece of baseball equipment that is now setting new standards in the industry. Through his company, Eclipse Sports LLC, the Launchpad thumb guard is now being used throughout the baseball industry. Clients, including several college programs and multiple major and minor league baseball players, including player Junior Cabanero of the Tampa Bay Rays. For his ambitions and his dedication to his craft, we are awarding Chris with the SMCC's Light on the Point Outstanding Alumnus Award.
Chris, come on up to the stage. Congratulations.
Good evening. It's an honor and personal milestone to receive the Outstanding Alumnus Award, and I'm especially proud of what I think this means for the school as well as for me. In short, while I had already cut my teeth at several other schools and jobs before attending SMCC, I believe the school's dedicated faculty and staff gave me the practical, real-world skills and confidence to pursue my professional dreams. When recounting my journey to become an entrepreneur, I often proudly profess that I wouldn't have attempted any of it without my experiences at SMCC, and that's not a stretch at all. I am particularly thankful for Andy Schoenberg, Bob Turcott, and Dan Abbott, who were instrumental faculty in the composites program, and also Patrick Santeri, whose industrial design class inspired me to use all my newly learned skills and knowledge to make a real-life product. I'd like to thank my former classmates who enriched my classroom learning, some of whom became my friends. And finally, I'd like to thank the former coach of the Seawolves baseball team, Nick Lotz, as well as the entire team. I never dreamed of receiving any awards from any schools, but I'm so proud to be recognized by this great school, and I'm proud to continue proving what its alumni can achieve. Thank you.
So before I actually give out our next award winner, I do want to kind of do a reverse here and talk about the awards that we're actually giving out. Each award winner gets, this is made by our precision machining students, and we have actually a video that talks a little bit about the process.
Well, I think anytime we can connect some community to what we're doing, building those connections, I think it's kind of a win-win for.
I wasn't sure what to major in when I was about to go off for college, and my dad just recommended precision machining and said that he thinks that would be a really good fit because I like making things, and I definitely agreed. In high school, I applied for a scholarship from the Maine Manufacturers Association. At the time, I didn't have that much money, and the money from the scholarship went to go to my textbooks and any other materials I needed for my classes. So they put money towards me working to learn a certain skill, and then I use that skill to make the awards.
It's incredible what's happening, so it's an interesting time for these guys to have this opportunity to at least embark on.
It's really great work that we're able to see our precision machining students at work. And Tom, can you give us a quick stand up and just a wave? Tom Narciso, head of our program. And not a bad drummer, my friend. There you go. All right. Our next award is given out for outstanding performance by a faculty member. The old guard, you may jump up and cheer when he comes up here, as I'm sure you will. But before you do that, we have a nice tribute to him. Check it out.
Dan Abbott has been a longtime professor at the college, joining as a faculty member in 1989. During this 35 years of teaching, Dan has been an integral community member at the college. He helped develop college curriculum while co-founding the Architectural and Engineering Design Department. Dan's passion for the ocean and being a boat captain led him to assist in the improvements and development of SMCC's Marine Science program. Dan has spent countless hours supporting SMCC workforce development efforts, the Precision and Machining Department, facilities management, and other mission-critical operations at SMCC. Dan's impact in the classroom and on his students, his relationship with faculty, and his ongoing support of SMCC is being honored through the SMCC's Light on the Point Outstanding Faculty Award.
All right, now, so Dan Abbott and I go way back, and that may come up here in his speech. But it might, yep. So let's keep it on the down low a little bit there, young friend, okay? Also, this is mission critical. Shane Long, get your phone out. Turn on the timer, because we got to cut this guy off at some point, man. He's going to go on and on tonight. I know, but let's see if we can get him a countdown every once in a while. I mean, we all do have to work in the morning, all right? Everyone, welcome up Dan Abbott.
When I walked in, Matt said, "You've got a minute and a half." But I have it in writing that I had up to 2 minutes to thank people. And I haven't started thanking people because I've got some preliminary remarks. No, I don't. By the way, 2 minutes is exactly, let me think, 3.8 seconds per year that I've taught here. So it's not a long time to say. This job has been the second greatest blessing of my life. And I have a lot of people to thank for that. Starting with my wife, Monica Wood, who 40 years ago told me, "Why don't you just go back to school, get a second degree so you can teach shop, which you've always wanted to do." And I did, and I taught at Scarborough High School for 5 years until we ran into a little problem in a construction project where asbestos was everywhere. And Bill Warren and Wayne Ross very graciously invited us to finish the year on this campus, where I met Ed Fitzgerald, phenomenal drafter, designer, and teacher, and Dave Pratt, who let me use his darkroom for a photography class that I was teaching. And when a job opened up in the drafting department, I didn't apply because Ed Fitzgerald was so damn good that I didn't think I could really meet that standard. And Dave Pratt badgered me into applying, and he said, "We don't really need another Ed Fitzgerald. We need a guy with a mechanical background who knows computers." So I applied. Ed and the committee recommended me to Bill Warren. Bill Warren not only hired me, but he made it possible to come over here without taking a really dramatic cut in pay. Believe it or not, high school teachers got paid much better at that time than the people who were here. Since I've been here, I've had a tremendous group of colleagues throughout the campus, and I don't mean just faculty. I mean the facilities department, where I'm an honorary member, and I have the watch cap to prove it. The facilities department they're just hardworking. I love working with them. The IT department, the administration, the student services people, as well as all the other people on campus. And I will say quite proudly, since Tom was introduced, that I've got 6 ex-students who are full-time faculty members here right now. And our Alumni of the Year award winner was also one of my students, so I'm taking full credit for whatever he accomplished. At any rate, but my colleagues that I work with directly, Meredith Como, Meredith Bork, at the time I first met her, and Paul Richardson have been fantastic to work with directly. And I thought I could never, ever have colleagues directly in a department that were that good until I started working with marine science, and Brian Tarbox and Lorene Smith and Carol White were people that I've worked with now in sort of a team teaching point of view, and that's just been terrific. In other words, I have a lot of people to thank now. The fact is, I'll be retiring in about a year from December, and I one time told somebody that I loved this campus, loved this school, and he said, you know, you can love a school, but it won't love you back. That has not been true. This school has loved me back, and this award to me is a sort of final indication of that, and I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's just really deeply meaningful to me. So thank you to everybody, and that's the end of my thank yous. 2 minutes? Close.
I'm not going to give you an answer because you might keep going.
But I'm not done. Because I do have to give one shout out to Matt Richards, because Matt Richards was hired here as the athletic director, and I was on the hiring committee, and we hired him because he had a vision that he laid out for how you could use the athletic department to transition from a technical college to a community college in a meaningful way that was so impressive to the committee that we said, you know, we've got other people here with more experience. I think we're going to go with Matt Richards, and we did. Matt, like everyone else that I've worked with on this campus, always steps up when there's a job to be done, no matter what it is. Running this affair was not really part of the athletic director's job at one time. And I just have to say, congratulations, it's been fantastic. So thank you all very, very much. And I printed those bases.
Now, having had Dan in class back in high school, and by the way, I was part of that group of Scarborough high school kids that had to finish the year here. I do remember that. That was the shortest speech he's ever given. Yeah. Thank you, Dan. Our next award is given out to outstanding service by a staff member, and this staff member has impacted students quite arguably better than anyone else. It's amazing, and I can't wait for you to see this outstanding person.
Ellen Culberson joined SMCC in the spring of 2023 to lead the college's efforts in design and implementation of the Advocacy Resource Center, also known as the ARC. The ARC helps provide support for SMCC's most vulnerable students to remove hurdles that may otherwise prevent them from completing their education. Upon Ellen's arrival, she quickly made connections with staff and faculty across the college, working to understand the landscape, challenges, and existing resources for students. Ellen then implemented expanded services for students and positively impacted student success at the college. Some of those successes have included the revitalization of the Captain's Cupboard to assist with food insecurity, the hiring of student interns from USM and UNE to provide social services for SMCC students, and creating a grant-funded program that provides laptops to students with the support of local businesses. Please join us in recognizing Ellen Culberson as the recipient of this year's SMCC Light on the Point Outstanding Staff Award.
Ellen is, she is so amazing that she's in Italy. And when I told her the date, you should have seen her face. However, through our excellent effort with Jeff Schools, we were able to record a message, and Ellen wanted that played here tonight for all of you.
Hi everyone. I wish so much that I could be present this evening to celebrate the work of my colleagues at SMCC that I respect so deeply. I'm so honored to be recognized in this way. The college really took a chance on me in January of 2023 by allowing me to create a social service line for the first time. I was given great supervision by the leaders of TRIO, Student Life, and faculty who know the complex needs of our students deeply and have an infectious passion for this work, and it definitely rubbed off. People in the room tonight know this already, but our students are incredible, and they overcome so much to access higher education. The contributions from tonight's event will go towards the Advocacy Resource Center, who intend to provide direct financial assistance to our students so that they can focus on their academics and resolve some of the barriers that get in the way. This comes at a time when resources in the community notoriously lack, particularly for this population. At its best, this college is such a transformative place, and our students leave with credentials and connections, and the latter is definitely true in my case. I am so grateful that you are recognizing the importance of human service work for the students at this college, and I hope you have a fantastic time this evening. Thank you so much.
I'm not, excuse me, I'm not smart enough to know the time difference in Italy, but hopefully she's watching tonight or tomorrow morning, whatever it may be. On behalf of Ellen, I will make sure she gets that award, and thank you all. Our next award goes to Outstanding Business Achievement, and this award is given out sort of annually to companies or businesses that have made not only huge impacts in the community for the work that they do in the business sector, but also sometimes here on campus. And quite honestly, this company hits all of those check boxes. They are outstanding, and I'm excited for you to hear a little bit about them.
This year's recipient of the SMCC Light on the Point Outstanding Business Contributor Award is Johnson & Jordan Mechanical Contractors. This Scarborough, Maine-based company, owned and operated by Chris Jordan and his 250 employee owner staff. Johnson & Jordan provides full-service mechanical contractors with in-house engineering services throughout Maine and New Hampshire, and specialized in commercial, healthcare, and educational projects. In addition to their contract services, Johnson & Jordan has divisions devoted to electrical, prefabrication, wastewater, and irrigation services. Over the past 2 years, Johnson & Jordan has been an active participant in SMCC's workforce training programs, having educated hundreds of their staff through programs including project management, stress and resiliency, and supervisory skills. This past year, they also served as a beta testing site for a new management program offered by SMCC's workforce training. Johnson & Jordan is a proud supporter of SMCC.
At this time, Chris Johnson, where are you? I see you in the back. Chris, come on up to accept the award for Outstanding Business.
Good evening, everyone, and I'm sorry, I am not a public speaker. So I feel like I should have 300 people standing behind me. Our company has grown to a point that nobody ever imagined. When my father and Chris Jordan started the company in 1991, they envisioned 45 people max from an employee standpoint, and we've obviously grown just slightly beyond that and are very proud that we became employee-owned in 2016, giving everybody the benefit of that. It's been an incredible model for us, and We are very humbled because we are a very quiet company to be here tonight receiving this award and hearing the huge applause that Matt gave me earlier for some irrigation work that we've done here on campus. So we greatly, greatly appreciate it. But the real thing is I feel like we owe an award back to Southern Maine Community College. Their work with us to develop our team has been phenomenal. We typically promote from within, so we have folks that come into us, 18, 19, 20 years old into our apprenticeship program, and what we hope is they're going to evolve into project foremen or project managers. And the skill set that they're able to bring to us just brings that connection. And it's been phenomenal for us. So I want to give a huge thank you back to SMCC for what they've brung to us. So thank you.
Our next and final award given out tonight, I would ask at this time, would Kristen Miller please join me on stage for the President's Award. And typically, this award has been given out, it's given out by the President. Sometimes it's been in mystery. I'm excited for you to hear our award winner, and I'm excited for Kristen to say a few words. And I know some people are sitting here, and it's great to see you all. So, Kristen.
So good evening again. It is truly my honor to present this year's President's Award to David Pratt and the Old Guard. So I will tell you that this group does hold a very special place in my heart, as they were, David and the group were among one of the very first folks to welcome me to Southern Maine Community College. And I'll tell you, one of the pieces, if you don't know, I am new here. I don't know how long I get to say that. I think I'm in about month 9. But when I was going through the process of coming over and moving my family over here, I just got this overwhelming sense of family support, and that I felt that I was coming into my own new family here and bringing my family to just an incredible support system. And this was one of the reasons, was the overwhelming outreach that I had from David and the Old Guard. So, but when I initially heard and had an email about the Old Guard, I was thinking, like, what is this group? I knew they had a pretty special place within SMCC, but I didn't truly understand the depth of their importance. And it wasn't until President Dagler actually said they have so the Old Guard has 2 gatherings a year, one in the summer, one in the winter, and their winter gathering was shortly after I had started, and President Dagler forwarded me the invite that I did get and said, "You're going, right?" And I said, "Yes, I will be there." And he said, "I will meet you at this time in the parking lot of the Breakwater Tavern so we can walk in together and I will personally introduce you." So then I said, okay, this is truly a really important group. And that moment just really showed me just how respected and cherished this group is within our community. It didn't take long for me to realize that this group is so much more than just a person and people and a name. It's a legacy of unwavering commitment, boundless passion, and an incredible sense of love for our campus, our community, and most importantly, our students. The collective years of service, experience, and wisdom that David and the Old Guard bring to SMCC are immeasurable. They embody the heart and soul of our college, supporting and guiding us through challenges and celebrations alike. Through their dedication, they have not only shaped the history of SMCC, but have also laid a foundation that inspires future generations to carry on their work. David Pratt, along with his fellow members of the Old Guard, has been a beacon of steadfast support for our mission. Their impact reaches far beyond the classrooms, touching lives and building connections that uplift and strengthen our entire community. Tonight, it's my privilege and honor to celebrate them for all they have done and for the legacy of dedication and care that they continue to uphold. So please join me in a heartfelt round of applause for David Pratt and the Old Guard, true champions of SMCC and our students.
David Pratt first came to then SMVTI as a professor of computer technology in the fall of 1976. Pratt continued as a valuable member of the college community until his retirement in the spring of 2011, ending his 45 years of dedicated service. Since Dave's retirement, he has been the point person for longtime retirees of the college referred to as the Old Guard. Often seen, this group of retirees stays active with reunions to reminisce and catch up on lifelong friendships. Vice President Emeritus Bill Warren commented upon Dave's commitment to the college and the retirees as the glue that holds us together and keeps us on target. This group of retirees continues to play an active role in the retirement in support of the college. President Miller, in her recognition of Pratt and the Old Guard, stated that Dave Pratt and the Old Guard have collectively devoted countless years to SMCC, both in their active roles and in retirement. Their commitment to the college and our students has not only stood the test of time, but has also been a shining example of loyalty and service. For their current and continued efforts, SMCC is recognizing David Pratt and the Old Guard as the recipient of this year's Light on the Point President's Award.
Come on up here, young fella. I'm not even going to ask anybody to get their watches out because there's no way this guy's staying on 2 minutes. What do you got, a novel in there? Holy cow. Get comfortable, folks.
I'll tell you, what a surprise. That's the first time I've ever been described as glue. But of years of racing sailboats, I've felt like that a couple of times. Sailing is an analogy for a lot of stuff that I do. I started when I was about age 6, and I learned a couple of things right then and there that have carried me forever. First is that the wind direction does change, and the velocity does change. I'll get to the third one down the pike here. My first day at SMVTI, I arrived at the side of Preble Hall and at about 5:30 to teach a night class, and the building was locked. And the side door, there's a little standpipe. And I climbed up on the standpipe, went in the window, opened the door, and let my 15 students in. I didn't take the hint. And that, what are they going to do, fire me? I don't know. I had a unique job here when it morphed into Audiovisual Center and a few other things. I knew everyone, and I had the best job on campus beside Dan Abbott's. I made instructional material, because photography was the trade, of just about every department on campus. So I'll tell you, you want a way to learn stuff, go make instructional material for the geniuses that worked here. And the phrase that I use most often about this school is, my God, they get it. They teach people to do stuff. Later on, some idiot invented the microcomputer. and I fixed a couple of them. And back in that day, that made you the expert. Bob Bork talked me into running a bulletin board system. We did that. And that was a computer that answered the telephone through a modem that had email and stuff like this. This was before internet stuff. Lee Scheibels had an energy house. And we had sensors in the wall, and we built a control system of that with a Commodore 64. Quite amazing. In around 88, I might be off a year there, but so what? I had a sabbatical to Orono, and I saw the internet in 1988. They were sending files across the country, and they didn't have a modem. I couldn't figure out how that was happening. And so in 1988, I learned a lot about Unix, and I learned about other stuff. And in 1990, computer tech started. Talk about wind shifts? It's crazy. I taught a lot of different things. I also, I taught a weather segment one time for marine science because of getting my butt blown off in sailboats offshore too many times. I taught law enforcement photography for, and Steve Gottlieb would have dead bodies out there laying in the trees. I even taught celestial navigation for Brian Hathaway at one point. That was kind of fun. So these colleagues in the old guard, you need to have a keel on your ship. The old guard was my keel. You guys kept it upright. Times were tough. We were all there to help each other out. Now, Bill Warren said, I have to tell a story about John Dakin. John Dakin was, Matt, before Matt. and John Dakin, we were all runners at the time, believe it or not, or a lot of us were. And the trick was to run to the fort and back. And John Dakin said, I bet you if you can leave Preble Hall, get over here, change, run to the fort, touch the lighthouse, be back, shower, and get into class by 1 o'clock, you're doing something. So I thought that was a challenge. Well, I took it up and trained a little bit, trained a lot actually, and I did it with John, and he was always 2 or 3 steps ahead of me. He smoked a pack and a half of cigarettes a day. How did this guy do that? So that's my story for John Dakin. So there you go, Bill. And President Miller, I wondered if you can get out of your office and get to the gym and touch the lighthouse fort and be back here in an hour. There's the challenge. I lay it down. But thank you very much. This is overwhelming to me. Thank you very much.
Folks, that concludes our awards tonight, but it certainly doesn't conclude all of you. We want you to stick around, continue to socialize. There's still some food here from our students. There is bids to be had, folks. I got to make a push there. Certainly, there's some really great items, and we hope that you, take part in that for us. On your way out, when you do leave tonight around 8 o'clock, our Maureen LaSalle's culinary students in her baking class have made you a nice surprise on the way out. So as you exit out, there will be a nice little treat for you from our culinary students as a thank you for attending here. Award winners, I would ask that you please, at some point here in the next couple of minutes, make your way over to the press backdrop. We'd like to see your smiling, shining faces with that wonderful award and continue to promote the special things that you have done for this institution and will continue to do. Folks, again, thank you so much on behalf of the SMCC Foundation, on behalf of the college. Tonight's resources and money raised is going to such a worthy cause, and we truly appreciate everything that you do for us. Drive safe tonight, everybody, and we hope to see you on campus real soon. Take care.